Vine is being rebooted under the name Divine, with funding from Twitter's former CEO Jack Dorsey. The app plans to feature more than 10,000 previously archived Vines and does not allow AI-generated content. This is exactly what the internet needs right now. This is exactly the boost that we've needed. This is exactly what we've been after. Yes, please. Thank you, yes. I am all for this. Vine is a lost art, and I cherish Vine so much. Thank you. This video brought to you by my YouTube members and patrons. Thank you guys. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are going to be returning to r/nonpolitical Twitter, the place where you can catch up on all of your Twitter needs, all of your Twitter desires. You can get that Twitter fix, but without all of the slop and garbage that comes with Twitter. I like this subreddit. Very quickly before we begin, I just wanted to mention that YouTube members and patrons, you guys get an extra video every single week for as low as £1 a month. That equates to about 25p per video. So please do consider that, as it really helps support the channel. Genuinely, it's one of the biggest sources of incomes for my channel right now. I still don't earn enough to live on, but when my videos are averaging out at a couple thousand views per video, if all of you contributed £1 a month, then I'd be able to live on it. Obviously, I understand not everyone can afford that, and that is totally fine. You absolutely don't have to support me, but one person joining my Patreon is actually the equivalent to over 1,000 views. So genuinely, to everybody that does, thank you so much, as it really helps support the channel. Also, if you want to support me in another way that doesn't cost money, maybe consider hyping the video. That is something you can do on mobile. Not everyone has access to it yet, and not all of my videos have it for some reason, but if a new video comes out and you check, go down to the comments, you can swipe, and if it says you can hype the video, then please do consider it, as it helps increase the reach of the video. Right, that's enough rambling. Let's get into the subreddit. I walked into a Parisian bakery and said, "Bonjour, deux croissants s'il vous plaît," in absolutely impeccably perfect French, and the lady behind the counter still hit me with that, "Okay, and what else?" My accent was perfect. There's no way she could have known. Was it the sweatpants? I think it's just because you're in Paris. That's just the way that Parisians act, right? Parisians are notorious in France for being unlikable. Isn't that the thing? Everybody who isn't from Paris dislikes everybody from Paris. So that's probably why. Editor's note, I misunderstood this post. I'm stupid. I thought that by okay, what else, they were implying a look, the woman looked at them okay, what else, a tired or annoyed or yeah, whatever, we get it, you speak French look. No, they just meant that she said, okay, what else, in English, right? The whole point of the post was that they spoke to her in French and she responded in English because they knew that she spoke English. I'm stupid. Instead I just used it to talk about the fact that most French people I know dislike Parisians. It's just not relevant. I feel like if the Avengers were real, we'd really hate them. Watching the Hulk throw your car at the villain and miss. I am inclined to agree with this though, very much so, James Jonah Jameson would absolutely be a popular news source / podcaster if the superheroes were real. He would absolutely be considered the people's voice, or the voice of reason, for complaining about superheroes destroying cities and whatnot. Yeah, absolutely. I think superheroes would so quickly get PR smeared. Basically, what I'm saying is the plot to the first Incredibles movie is absolutely what would happen. Today I used a wire I've kept in my box of cables since 2011. Please applaud. That is, yeah, you know what? You finally used that cable. Everybody's got that box. I've had that box for a long time and not used those cables. But what if I need them? What if I do need them? I also just noticed that wearing this armor forced me to clap really weirdly. Wearing this armor plus the microphone being too close. Couldn't clap like that. I have to clap like that. That's strange. We just waited an hour to see our pediatrician. As soon as he walked in, my toddler took his hand, pointed to his watch and said, "This is a clock," which was the most most passive-aggressive thing I have ever witnessed. Damn, that kid's gonna go far. That kid's gonna grow up to go far. Or they're gonna grow up to be like a teacher, you know? They're like, that's the alternative. But like, when I say teacher, I don't mean, you know, like the cool teacher that people like. I mean the teacher that when a student's late, even for causes that they couldn't control, goes, maybe you should buy a watch. You know, the really passive-aggressive teachers that for some reason decide they need to start beef with children. Never understood those kinds of teachers. College-age boy at the gym asked for my Snap. I told him I don't use Snapchat. He asked why. I said, probably because I'm 30 years old. He said, damn, okay, can I get your AOL? I also don't use Snapchat, but I'm 25 years old. So, I don't know, I've just always found Snapchat to be really and like 2/3 of the people that I had as a friend on Snapchat exclusively just once a day sent me a picture saying, streaks, because people care about streaks with people they don't talk to. Why? Why is that an important thing? Why is going on Snapchat for streaks with people that you don't talk to a thing? You know, I had been unfriended in the past by someone that was like, oh yeah, I only use Snapchat for the streaks. If you're not gonna do that, I'm gonna unfriend you. It's like, what? Huh? People with good singing voices should not be allowed to do karaoke. Sorry, but it is not fun watching you do a little Star Search performance. I'm here to see drunk Keith fight for his life through living on a prayer, as God intended. I've never actually been to karaoke, but I also sing, so, you know, I guess I'm one of those people that shouldn't be allowed at karaoke. But yeah, I've never been to an actual karaoke. I had a game on the Wii called, I want to say Boogie, that had a little microphone, and it was basically karaoke, and it like literally graded your pitch as you would sing, but you didn't actually have to sing the words. You could just like to the tune, you know, and it would count it. Man, that was a fun game though. Playing that and also playing Just Dance, I felt like a rock star as a kid. That whole penguin long neck thing just got me thinking, you know? Now the thing with this is it's not unplausible. I think depending on the climate, because obviously climate matters, they could have different shapes to how we, you know, see them based on their skeletons, because we don't know. We don't know for sure how things looked based on their skeletons. We can guess, but guessing isn't the most accurate thing, you know? There are videos and posts about, you know, scientists that draw animals like dinosaurs based on their skeletons being given the bones, like the skull of existing animals to establish what it looks like. And they rarely look like the actual animal. So we genuinely don't know. I think climate plays a big factor, right? Because the reason penguins look like that is because they live in a really cold climate. They have a thick layer of fat to keep them warm, right? With dinosaurs, they don't need that. The thing with being huge is you naturally just hold and produce a ton of heat. It's the square cube law. It's the thing that basically says that your volume increases at a massive rate proportional to your surface area, right? So basically your surface area, which is responsible for losing heat, for emitting heat to your environment, does not keep up with the speed of your volume, right? So the bigger you get, the more heat you will produce and retain, and it's harder to disperse that heat, right? So chances are dinosaurs were not super blubbery and fat because they needed to get rid of that heat, not store it. But you never know. You never know. There are children being born whose parents were not alive when Shrek 2001 came out. Crazy how the years start coming and they simply do not stop coming. I am unhappy with this knowledge, but also, yeah, that it is true. Like I say, so I'm 25. I've mentioned that already. I was 1 year old when Shrek came out. I was 1 year old. I'm old enough to have kids. I don't want them, and I'm definitely not ready, but I am old enough. There are people younger than me having kids. So there are definitely people having kids who weren't alive when Shrek came out. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't think anybody who was born after Shrek came out should be allowed to have children ever. Just simply ever. Humanity will die. That's okay. My dad used to work with Ted Bundy at the University of Utah, and every Friday my dad would say, "See you Monday, Bundy," and I can't imagine how much Ted actually thought about murdering him for it. If this is true, if this is a real story, yeah, yeah, that's wild. Oh, it's funny. Even if it's not true, it's a funny story, and I approve. 92-year-old woman climbs 2-meter high gate to escape nursing home in China. If she can climb a gate that high at 92, she don't need to be in there. I was gonna say the same thing, right? Like, if she's capable of climbing that gate at 92, if she needs care, she needs very specialist care to make sure that she's not doing that. Or she doesn't need care. Like, I'm not sure what the scenario is that this woman is put in a care home when she's capable of that. I guess, you know, like dementia and things like that. But if she's that spry at that age and has dementia, there needs to be more in place to prevent this, because that is not enough. Get yourself an older woman, born between 1998 to 2001, and settle down. I beg your finest pardon? An older woman. Now, I'm obviously not a woman, however, I fall into that age category of 1998 to 2001. I've just been classed as old by this person. I'm in my 20s. Like, what? Huh? Do these people think that you hit old at your mid-20s and you're dead by 40? That's just how humanity ages. Once again, 2001 is when Shrek came out. She's classified people born the same year that Shrek came out as old. What? Huh? Huh? Model cucumber, 1850 to 1700s BC, Met Museum. Is it though? Is it a model cucumber? Is that the most logical thing for it to be? Yeah, it's just a model cucumber, or, you know, like maybe a model eggplant. It's just, that's all it is. It's just an innocent model cucumber. There's nothing else to it. It's just what it is. It's just... But is it a cucumber? Is it though? Is that what this is? Is that really... This is like, you know, Sappho and her friend, or Achilles and his pal, but just with a model cucumber. That's all it was, because obviously people didn't bust a nut in 1800 BC. Was on a flight today. Pilot cracked a few jokes before liftoff. Woman in first class thought he might have been drunk. Had to return to gate to get breathalyzed. 90 minutes delay. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like every single flight I've ever been on. I don't think I've ever been on a flight that wasn't delayed, and delayed for like at least an hour. It's happened just about every single time I've ever flown. And it's always some stupid bullshit like this. It's always some like Karen who is like, the pilot made a joke. I think he might be drunk. And then everybody has to wait because she wants to see him get breathalyzed, you know? That is the kind of bullshit that happens, and it happens every time. Man shows eclipse to fish. Imagine being ripped out of your comfortable life by a higher being and getting exposed to the glory of the cosmos and then immediately getting put back. This is like the plot to every Lovecraftian style, like eldritch, unknowable horror, right? You get plucked out of Earth into some unknowable realm where you're submitted to experiencing some cosmic being beyond your comprehension, and then you just get put back into your normal life. This is every like Lovecraftian or Junji Ito style horror. Commenting AI slop on a high school acquaintance's Instagram posts of their newborn baby. Oh, yep. This should be in r/found Satan. That's cruel. That's cruel. Immediately gets self-conscious over the way their baby looks. That is so mean. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. The weirdest genre of dudes on here are 40-year-old men with wives who follow a bunch of young women. As a 40-year-old married dude, I can tell you, it's because those young women, or many of them, often post pictures of their boobs, and following them makes those pictures show up on my phone. I mean, yeah, at least he's honest about it. It's a very blunt way to put it, but like, I mean, that is the reason they do it, right? That is why. But I think the implication from her was that the guys doing this might be in the wrong because they have a wife. But I mean, if she's cool with it, at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right? Why is the save button in Excel depicted as a vending machine with a purchase drink can at the bottom? This question is currently being discussed by young Japanese people on a forum. No, that's it. I'm done. That's it. That's all we get. I'm done. No more. No more. No more. Yes, I'm wearing plate armor and shorts. when I record, the only thing that is actually dressed up is my top half. You can bet that my bottom half will probably be in shorts or pajamas, or depending on the weather, you know, maybe something thicker. I've also got fluffy boots on. Anyway, I'm just gonna end the video on that note. I'm just gonna end it there. I don't want to feel old. I wasn't going into this expecting to feel old. I'm not old. I'm 25. Wow. Yeah. If you want to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally, you can click on that join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. But a huge, massive special thank you to all of the wonderful YouTube members and patrons that do support me. All of your names are up on screen right now. It genuinely helps so much, and it genuinely means so much. So thank you to everybody that does. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.